In this video we will show you how to create complex WordPress website that will contain a presentation part, blog section, a web shop, and finally we will make website multilingual. This website will be created step by step from scratch, and after watching this video you will be able to create website completely independently. Before we start creating a WordPress website, we need to know what we want to create. In this tutorial, we will create a website for the beauty center, which will have presentation part. Presentation part will be created by creating some basic pages. Blog section. Using blog posts, we will create a blog section where there will be posts on various topics related to the beauty niche. E-commerce. Webshop on our website will allow overview of beauty products that can be purchased online through the website checkout process. Multiple languages. At the end, we will make our site multilingual. So, we are creating a complex website that will include all the elements of a great website. Now, let's go to a deeper analysis. The presentation part will have the following pages: About Us, Gallery and Contact. In the About Us page, we plan to have only text, where we will write a story about the beauty center. Gallery page will contain a picture gallery, and on the Contact page there will be contact form, Google Map, and basic contact information like working hours, email address, etc. The blog section will contain 3 categories: hairstyle, nails, and body, and within them 4 blog posts. Also, 3 categories will be created in webshop: shampoos, hair gels, and nail polishes, and within them 4 products in each category. Products can be added to the cart and purchased through the checkout process. In addition to English, there will be German language. Now, we have a pretty clear idea of what we need to make, and we are going to start making what we imagined. We suggest that, before you start building your site, create a short blueprint. You don't have to go into details, but it's good that you know at least which pages and features you want to have on your website. How to add pages. After a successful login, in the WordPress backoffice, you can find the Pages section on the left. Hovering over that section, 2 options will appear: All Pages and Add New. We will choose All Pages. Here you can see all the pages you have on your website. By default, there will be 2 pages after installing WordPress: Sample page which is published, and Privacy Policy page which is in draft status and not publicly visible. This page is defined as a Privacy Policy page and it can be useful in some cases. During this tutorial we will explain where and how you can use the page that is defined as a Privacy Policy page. Let's create our About Us, Gallery and Contact pages. Adding a page can be done by clicking on the Add New option, which exists in 2 places. Here and here. First, we enter the page title, About Us, and then the description. You can create a description using several different blocks, and for this page we will need a paragraph to enter text, and an image to put 1 photo. It is good to mention that the blocks on the page are available by default, and in the following videos we will show you how you can use Elementor, which enables easier and better creation and positioning of blocks on the page. For the description, we put some dummy text and a dummy picture, and of course you will enter the text that should be placed for this page in your production version of the website. Now, we have created our page, and in the right top corner we have 4 options. The first is the Save Draft, which allows you to save what you have done up to the moment of saving. This is an option that you almost never need to use, because WordPress automatically saves drafts periodically. Another option is Preview, which allows you to see a preview of the page you created on different screen sizes: desktop, tablet and mobile. You can also open the preview in a new tab, where you will see the page as real visitors will see it. Here, you can see some additional elements that you didn't see before, such as the header, inside which we will place the logo and menu. The third option is Publish, which allows you to make the page publicly available. The last option is Settings, help us to hide this right sidebar. We will also explain the options in the sidebar. Visibility is an option that defines how the page will be accessible. Here you can see the three options that exist, and a description for each of them. Our page will be publicly available. Another option is Publish, and here you define whether the page will be published immediately or it will be scheduled for a certain day and time in the future. For our page, we leave immediately. By clicking on the template option, we can see an explanation, and for now we leave the default template for our page. The URL part allows us to define the URL structure of the page. As you can see, by default WordPress created the URL structure based on the page title, and in this input field you can change that. This is very important for search engine optimization. We will talk more about it in the tutorial regarding SEO for a WordPress website. By selecting the option Pending Review, and then Save as Pending, you will place your page in the Pending section, where another administrator or editor can update the page. In the Author section, the author of the page can be selected from the drop-down list. We currently don't have any additional website authors, so we only have ourselves in this list. This name WordPress is actually the username that we created during the installation of WordPress. Author option is not so important for pages, because the name of the author will not be displayed, but for blog posts it can be important, especially if we are talking, for example, about a news portal, who have a large number of journalists who publish posts. If you select Move to Trash, the page will be in the trash section and you can delete it permanently, or return it to the draft section by selecting the Restore option. Featured image is the image that appears when you share your page outside of your WordPress site, like on social media. For example, when you share a page link on Viber, it will automatically generate an image together with the link, and the image that will be displayed is the image that you define here. In the discussion part, we have the option to allow comments that will not be checked for this page. Page attributes allow us to define whether this page is a subpage of another, and the order of that subpage in relation to other subpages. For example, imagine that we have the main page company information, and within that page two subpages, About Us and Contact. Here, we would set company information as the parent page, and for the order we would set the number 1, because it is the first subpage. Of course, in order to select a page in the parent page drop-down, that page should be created. Block tab allows customizing block, changing the font color, background color, and other details. We will return everything to the previous settings by clicking Undo in the left corner, and then publish our page. Now, we will quickly create the other two pages, Gallery and Contact. These two pages will leave empty for now. Also, the sample page will be deleted, because we don't need it for our website. Let's see how our website looks for now. How to choose, install, and customize a theme. By clicking the Appearance option, then Themes, you can open an overview of all currently installed themes. By default, there will be 3 themes, and the theme 2023 is active and is currently being used on the site. These 3 themes are basic, so we will install a new one to make our site better and modern. If you have a lot of themes, you can search for them here, but it is realistic that you will have one or a couple of themes, so probably you will never use this option. Let's go to Add a new theme. Adding is started by clicking on Add New here or here. The first option is Upload Theme, which allows you to add a theme that you have previously purchased, for example. Then, you can use filters, popular, latest, block themes, favorites, but probably the best option is behind this Feature Filters button. Here, you can easily select the main characteristics of your theme and get search results that suit your needs. Before we decide which theme we will use on the website, it is good to keep in mind 2 very important things. Maybe the most important thing is speed. If you choose a theme that is extremely attractive, but works slowly, then it is probably not the best theme you should use. Website speed is very important for search engine optimization. Websites that have well performance will be favored in search results. The second thing is customization without editing the code. Some themes in the free version allow you a lot of customization of the website without coding, while some in the free version will only allow a few adjustments and require you to purchase a theme for the others. In our case, we will choose a free theme that allows us to edit our website the way we want, without coding. Research and make a final decision for your website, and we will use the Astra theme in this tutorial, because we think it is very good in the category of free themes and meets the criteria that we talked about. After opening the preview, you can see the description, the average rating of the theme, and the number of ratings. By clicking on the number of ratings, a detailed view of all comments related to the theme will be opened. Let's install the theme. The theme is now installed and can be viewed in Installed Themes, but is not active. We can activate the theme or see the live preview. We will click on the live preview, and later we will activate this theme. Now, we are on the customization options, and as you can see, this theme in the free version allows a lot of customization without coding. Let's go step by step. The first option is Global, where we have 8 options. In typography, you choose the font style for headings and body text. You can choose one of the predefined variants, or to define something new. In the Colors section, you choose the colors of texts and other elements on the website. Few things about colors. Before starting development of your website, we suggest that you choose 3 colors that will be the main colors of your website. This can help your website design to be modern and visually consistent. It is good to use colors that match, and it is also good if they are light, dark, and something in between. On our website, we decided to have 3 variants of the brown color. When you've defined the colors, write down their hex codes in order to have them to use when needed. In the Container section, the layout can be selected. In Buttons, you can define the design of the buttons. Scroll to top can be a useful feature, and here its design can be defined. We will not change anything in the sections Accessibility, Block Editor, and MISC, and you can check what is enabled and change the details within these options if you want. Header Builder allows us to define the design of the header. There are a lot of options here, and we will choose the setup where the logo will be on the left and the menu on the right side. Anytime, you can see the layout of the website on different resolutions, desktop, tablet, and mobile. Breadcrumb is very important for search engine optimization, and it is regarding displaying the path of your pages, posts, or products. Because this is important for SEO, we will include this option. The blog part will be skipped for now, and come back to it after creating the blog section and the posts within the blog. In the page part, you define the elements on the pages. Sidebar allows us to add a sidebar and define its position, but we will not do anything about that for now. In the Footer Builder, there are many options for editing the footer. We will not change anything here, for now. The WordPress school part will be automatically changed when we change the site title in the website settings. Instead of the current site title, which is WordPress School, we will define, for example, Beauty Salon. If you are working on a website for a client, you can add, for example, Powered by, and a link to your website. It is very useful for link building, which is very important for off-page search engine optimization. More about that in the SEO tutorials. In the site identity, you define the website icon. The size of this image should be 512 pixels by 512 pixels. This icon will be displayed for all pages, in the tab section and other places where this icon is displayed. The menu will not be changed for now, and we will return to this option in the next lesson when we will talk about this topic. Widgets are also a separate topic, and we will cover it as a separate lesson in this tutorial. For now, we are not changing anything. Here, we can define which page will be the home page. Homepage is the page that opens by default when users visit your domain. For example, if your domain is www.butsalonx.com, when users type that domain, it will open the homepage you defined here. We will define the About Us page for the homepage. In the additional CSS part, you can change the design of various website elements, but this requires knowledge of coding, actually knowledge of working in CSS. For now, we will not add anything here. Let's go to Activate and Publish in order to make publicly available everything we have done on our website. Let's take a look at our website. How to create and manage menus. As you can see, in the main navigation we have 3 pages, About Us, Contact and Gallery, but they are set here by default, because the main navigation displays the pages we have created on the website. What to do if we want to change the order of these pages, for example, to have the contact page as last, and the gallery page to be in the middle. Or what to do if we don't want a page we have created to be displayed in the main navigation. The solution is to create a menu. Within the Appearance section, select the Menus option and start creating menus. We will create 2 menus. The first one is related to the main navigation. We will name it Main Menu. By clicking Create Menu, the menu will be created. Now, we are adding 3 pages that we have created. The first will be About Us, the second Gallery, and the third Contact. You can define which page will be the parent or subpage, but we don't need that for now. When we have created posts, categories, and products, here we will be able to select them and add them to the menu in the same way as it was for these 3 pages. There is also a custom link option, where some external link can be defined for the menu item. In the menu settings there are several options, Auto Add Page and Display Location, but we will not check anything here. In theme customization, we can visually see what exactly it means when you select a certain menu as the primary menu, so we will use theme customization to define menu location. By clicking the Save menu, changes that we made will be saved. In order to define this menu in the main navigation, we are going to Theme Customization, by clicking here or here. We will select Manage with Live Preview, because this option will redirect us directly to the settings for the menu, and not the overview of all customization options that opens by clicking on Theme Customization. We will select the main menu for the primary menu. As you can see, the main menu that we created a few minutes ago has replaced the default view. By clicking Publish we will apply the changes we made. Later, when we add new things that need to be part of the main menu, we will need to go to the Menu section and add the new menu item we want, and position it the way that we want. The second menu that we will create will be the Footer menu, and in that menu we will put the privacy policy and terms and conditions pages that we previously created. We repeat the process, we go to create a new menu. We are defining a menu name. We are adding privacy policy and terms and conditions pages. Then, we save the changes. Within the Menu section for the Footer menu, select the menu we created. To make the menu visible in the Footer section, it is necessary to make settings in the Footer Builder. To summarize, we created two menus, the main menu in the header and the footer menu in the footer. Later, when we add new content to our website, we will have to add it to the menu if we want it to be available in one of the menus that we created. How to add and manage plugins. In the plugins section there are three options. Installed plugins allow us to view all currently installed plugins. By default, after installing WordPress, these two plugins will be present. They are installed but not activated, so you can activate or delete them. Also, in the section of installed plugins, you will receive notifications when a new version of the plugin is released. You can do the update here, but we suggest that, before you do the update, take a look at the details to see what the new version brings compared to the old one, as well as information whether the new version is compatible with the WordPress version you are using. There is also an option to enable automatic update, but our suggestion is to leave this option turned off. Since the new version of the plugin is compatible with our version of WordPress, we will do an update and leave this plugin in the installed list, because it will be very useful for us in the blog section, to protect our site from spam comments. We will not use the other plugin, and we will delete it. We move on to the second option, adding a new plugin. As with themes, in the plugin section you can upload a plugin or search using some filters, but the option you will probably use most often is search using keywords. Also, there is a search option using author or tag, but keyword is definitely something that is used the most. On our website, we will need to create a contact form, so we will type contact form in the search input field. Based on our request, we received a list of plugins that can be used to create a contact form. For each plugin you can see title, description, creator name, average rating, number of ratings, number of active installations and info about the last update. One very important piece of information is here, and it tells us if the plugin is compatible with our current version of WordPress. If there is no compatibility, there is a possibility that the plugin will not work as expected. Clicking on More Details will open a pop-up with detailed information about the plugin. WordPress suggested probably the best two plugins in the first two search results. We've had experience with both, but we'll use the second plugin, as it has better ratings and is simpler to manage than Contact Form 7. Clicking Install Now will start the installation. The plugin is now installed but not active, so we will activate it. Our Contact Form plugin is now in the list of installed. By hovering on the WP form in the left navigation, we can manage forms and use the features that this plugin has. Depending on the plugin management option can be standalone in the main navigation like WP Forms, inside the Appearance section, or somewhere else, depending on how it is defined in the plugin itself. The last option is a plugin file editor which requires coding knowledge. We suggest that you do not change anything here, unless you have programming knowledge. How to create contact and gallery pages using Elementor plugin. Create gallery and contact pages using Elementor and WP Forms plugins. We already installed WP Forms, and now we will install and activate the Elementor plugin. After the activation is complete, go to the Pages section and open the Contact page. We select the Edit with Elementor option. By clicking on the plus, you can choose one of the offered page structures. For our Contact page, we will choose this structure. On the left side, we plan to put a contact form, and on the right, some contact information, social icons, and a Google map. Another option that exists is Add Template, and there you can choose one of the templates. In the free version it is hard to find any interesting template, so we will not use that option. These fields will be filled by dragging the features from the left side to the fields on the right. Before we continue, we will show you all the options available in Elementor. Probably, you will find everything you need here. However, for some advanced functionalities you have to buy the Pro version. On our website, we will use the free version of Elementor and some of the many features that are available to us. We will drag and drop the text editor and Google Map into the fields where we plan to place these parts. And we will also add social icons inside the part where the text editor is. The contact form will be added later, after it is created in the WP Forms plugin. It is important to mention that, in a lot of Elementor features there are 3 tabs for customization: Content, Style, and Advance. In the Content part, we will define the content of the block. In our example, it will be some basic data that is important for the contact section. In the Style tab, we will define alignment, font color, and font style. There are a lot of options in the Advanced tab, and we will only use margin. Anytime you can copy and paste the block you created. It can be useful if you want to have consistency when creating a website. Also, when you paste, you can paste just block style. Copying from one page to a completely different one is also possible. For example, if you want to copy this block or the style of this block to the gallery page, you can do that. In social icons, you can define social networks and links to them. When defining the Google Map, you can enter the exact address or latitude and longitude coordinates. The zoom is defined here, and we will set it to 11. In the Style and Advance part, we will leave the default settings. You can always see the page in different resolutions. Now the right part of the page is created and we are going to create the left part. In the WP Forms plugin, we need to create a contact form. First, we choose one of over 1,000 templates. Simple template will be used, but that will be changed a little. In the name section, we are changing the format to simple. We are adding a new field where it will be possible to enter numbers, and there we will require users to enter a phone number. This field will not be required. Messages will be a required field. The Settings tab is used for other settings. In the General section, there are basic things such as form name, form description, etc., and we will not change anything here. In Spam Protection and Security there are options to improve forms security, but we will not change anything there either. The Notifications section allows you to define the email address of the recipient of the message filled by the website visitor, and other details of the email in Email Notification. In the Confirmation tab, you can define the confirmation message, and we will leave the default text. By clicking Save, the form will be saved. After we have created the form, we are going to our contact page in order to add a contact form that we created. The contact form has been added, and we will do some small changes in style of this block to make the contact form more attractive. We have to create a gallery of images on our gallery page. Although there are a lot of plugins for creating galleries, we will use Elementor and the gallery feature within it. We simply drag the image gallery into our page and we can start creating the gallery. We are adding pictures. After we have finished adding it, we need to do the gallery settings in the Content, Style, and Advanced tabs. Now, the contact and gallery pages are created, and let's see how it looks from the website visitor's point of view. How to create a blog section. We will create a blog section in the main navigation. This section will have 4 posts that will be divided into 3 categories. First, we need to create a blog page. Then, it is necessary to define that the page we created is a blog page. Inside the post section, we are adding 4 dummy posts for our blog section. Blog posts have been created, but are not in any category, so we will create 3 new categories and add posts to them. Posts are categorized. Although we have created our blog section, it is still not visible in the main navigation, so we need to add it to the main menu. In addition to the blog page that contains all our blog posts, blog categories can be added. Categories contain only those posts that have been added to them. We will set the categories to be subpages of the blog page. Now, in the main navigation, we see the blog page and within it categories. As we said, the main blog page contains all the posts we have, and the categories only the posts that are in them. Our posts are empty, so we'll add dummy text and featured images for each one, to make it look like a real blog. Featured image is an image that is displayed with the title of a blog post, and also when sharing a post link on a social network for chatting, such as Viber, WhatsApp and so on. Let's see the blog section now. We will also briefly show you how comments work. When a visitor leaves a comment, it will not be visible automatically. The website administrator needs to approve the comment. Breadcrumb and link structure are not according to SEO standards, so we will change that. Tags are also useful and can be used to group posts. We will add certain tags to our posts so that visitors can search posts by tag. In one of the next videos, we will explain the difference between categories and tags. In the Customize part, you can define which elements will be displayed. Let's see how it can be searched by tag. How to add widgets to the footer and sidebar inside the blog post page. We will open the widget section by clicking on the widget option inside the appearance section. By default, the main sidebar is created and you can edit it the way you want, and we will remove the search and comments parts. Widgets inside the main sidebar will be used on blog post pages. Let's go to adding widgets for the footer. In the first footer section, we will add a widget for the latest blog posts, and in the second, we will embed a YouTube video. After saving the widgets are created, but we need to place them in the places we want. Click on the Customize option in the left navigation. Inside the Footer Builder option, we will place the widgets we created for the footer. On the blog post pages, we will add the main sidebar with the widgets we defined in it. These widgets can be very useful for keeping your visitors on the website. Let's see how our changes look from the visitor's point of view. Although by default there are many options for widgets, widgets that don't exist can be added via plugins. For example, with this plugin you can add a widget for Google reviews. Creating a webshop using the WooCommerce plugin. First of all, it is necessary to install the WooCommerce plugin. Then we fill in some basic data regarding store. If you want, you can use some additional features. Let's go to the basic settings. First, we enter the general data. Then you need to select general options from the drop-down menu, and information about taxes and coupons in the checkboxes. Currency options are the last part in the general section of the settings. In the product section, it is necessary to define a shop page. Shop page is the page where all products from the website will be listed. Details related to add to cart functionality should also be defined here, as well as details related to measurements, reviews and product ratings. Image 137 is defined for the placeholder image, which is automatically created by installing WooCommerce, and is displayed in cases where no image is defined for the product. We will adjust the shipping later. The payment section is used to define the payment method on the webshop. By default, some of the options are displayed, and we will set up the possibility of payment via cash on delivery. The Accounts and Privacy tab contains a lot of options for these things. By default, the most common settings are set, and you can change them if you want. The Email tab allows customization for emails on the webshop. There are a number of emails, and this is where they are edited. The integration includes max-min geolocation, but we will not use this in our tutorial. Advanced section allows us to define cart, checkout, my account, and terms and conditions pages. Predefined pages are automatically created by installing WooCommerce. Checkout and account endpoints are also defaulted. You can change them if you want, but we won't change anything here. The shop page that should list all our products is empty, so let's go to product creation. We enter product name and description. Then we set the product image here. If you have more images for the product, you can add a gallery. If you have more products, it will be necessary to categorize them. This is where you create categories and place products in them. Grouping products using tags, in a similar way as for blog posts, can be done, but we will not add them. These are some options provided by the Astra theme we use on this site. We will not change anything there. There are several types of products, and we will now create a simple product that we will transform into a variable product in the rest of this tutorial. If the products are virtual or downloadable, you can define that here. Now we set the regular price of the product, and if the sale price lower than the regular price, we will define it here. The duration of the discounted price can be defined automatically. In the inventory part, we can define the SKU. It is not required, but it is useful to have this value as a unique product indicator. Checking the option Track Stock Quantity for this product will open a field for entering the quantity of the product you have. In our case, we will define that we have 10 products, and this number will automatically decrease as the product is sold, and if the defined quantity is sold out, users will not be able to buy this product. If you want to sell the product even though it is not in stock, you can define it in this section, Allow Backorders. Low stock threshold allows you to automatically receive a notification when the number of products in stock reaches a certain amount. If you want to limit the maximum purchase of one item per purchase, check this checkbox. Weight and dimensions can be set in the shipping section. The values you enter here will also be displayed to users on the product page in the Additional Information tab. The shipping class option will be clearer later when we set the shipping options on the store. In the linked product section, you can manually specify products for upsell and cross-sell. This can be extremely useful for increasing the cart amount. For example, if a user buys hair shampoo, you can also recommend a conditioner that he might not have intended to buy. Attributes are used to define product variations. For example, blue, green, purple shampoo. For now, we will not change anything here, and in the continuation of the tutorial, we will practically define attributes. Advanced part allows options for purchases note, menu order, and review. In Get More Options, you can find recommended extensions. When we have finished entering the product, we will publish it and see how it looks from the website visitor point of view. We will create 11 more products in the same way to show you other functionalities. We created a total of 12 products in 3 categories: shampoos, hair gels, and nail polishes. As you can see, on our website we already have several basic pages in the main menu, but no menu items through which you can get to the products that can be added to the cart and bought later. We're going to update this menu, and before that, we'll look at the list of all the products we've created via the URL. We will rearrange the menu so that we put the basic pages under one roof menu item that we will name our story. Now we will add the 3 product categories we have and place them at the top of the menu. We will save the changes and see how our menu looks now. We already have a functional web shop, but there are still many things that can improve it. As you can see, after adding the product to the cart page is automatically displayed to the user, after which the user chooses further steps. This part of the process can be optimized by installing a plugin that will enable the display of the side cart, as well as the display of the cart in the main navigation. Click Add New Plugin, then type Side Cart Ajax in the search field. Install and activate the first plugin from the search results. A side cart section will appear in the left navigation. Clicking on it will open the Customize options. On the right side you can see how the side cart looks by default, and on the left side you can change the design and functionality that will be automatically displayed on the right side in the preview. After we have done the customizations, you can see how the add to cart works now. Also, we've placed a cart in the main navigation, so that users have another place to click to see the shopping cart. Since the colors are not exactly matched with the colors we use on the site, in the Style section of the plugin we will make additional adjustments in order to adapt the design of the cart to the design of the website. The next, very important thing that we will explain are coupons. Coupon is a discount code that customers enter during the checkout to receive discount on their order. With coupons, you can offer discounts on individual products, whole order, or shipping costs. Also, you can promote specific products or product categories, or to reward loyal customers. Let's go to create a coupon code. First of all, from the drop-down list you need to select the type of coupon, then the coupon amount and rule for free shipping, and finally the expiration date. In the usage restriction part, there are a lot of useful settings. We will define that the coupon code can be used on orders greater than £50, and we will not use other restrictions. Usage limits has 3 additional options, but we will not change anything. The name of the coupon code is the value that the user must enter in the coupon input field in order to receive the benefits of the coupon. The description is optional, but you can briefly explain the value of the coupon here. Now, when we go back to our cart and enter the name of the coupon code we created, the benefit will be applied. Since we now have a benefit that stimulates spending over £50, it would be good for users to have that information on the website, so we will use a sticky header element in which we will communicate this information. In the plugin search field, type header sticky, then install and activate this plugin. You will notice that some options are only available in the paid version, but in the free version of this plugin we can do what we need. In the header we will define text that communicates the benefit we have for users. After adjusting the colors and design, let's see how it looks now on our web shop. We will set up shipping for the whole world. One shipping price, £5, will be for the United Kingdom, and another price, £10, for the rest of the world. Additionally, shipping will be free to all customers if the total amount of the order exceeds £100. By clicking on Add Shipping Zone we add a new shipping zone. First, we'll set up the rules for the United Kingdom. We choose the shipping method, in our case flat rate, to set the price of £5. After that we select the edit option inside the shipping method we created. Tax status is predefined as taxable and we will leave it at that. In the cost field we enter a price of £5. We are also adding a new shipping method for free shipping. For that shipping method, we will set a rule for the minimum order amount. Apply minimum order rule before coupon amount will not be checked in our case. Finally, we add the zone where these shipping methods will be applied. The name of this zone will be UK. We save everything we have done and go to create shipping for the rest of the world. The process is the same, only the price in the case of the rest of the world will be £10. Instead of the £5 we defined for the UK. Let's see how what we made looks like from the user's point of view. When we selected United Arab Emirates as the shipping country, the only shipping option is a flat rate of £10, as we defined it that way. If we increase the amount of the cart to over £100, another method for free shipping will appear. Since we now have another great benefit on the webshop, we will add the information in the header note that shipping is free for all orders over £100. Let's complete one order, so we can see how the whole purchase process looks like now. We enter the first and last name. Company name is an optional field and we skip it. For the country, we have been given the data from the cart overview here, but that can be changed. If the delivery address is changed, the order details on the right will be automatically updated. Street, number, and town are necessary in order to realize the delivery, so they are mandatory fields. The same applies to the phone number and email address. If the user's address is different from the one entered, another can be defined after checking this checkbox. Order note is an optional field where the customer can freely write some important information that is important for delivery. Since cash on delivery is the only available option, the user does not have the option of choosing a payment method, but for example, you also have card payment in addition to this payment method. Both options will be displayed here and the user would choose how he wants to pay the amount of the cart. Above the place order option, there is a text related to the privacy policy, within which the privacy policy page is automatically linked. This link is automatically created based on the settings in the privacy page within the settings section. After a successfully created order, the user sees a success screen with the details of the order, and at the same time, an order is created in the back office with all the data entered by the user. Also, in the product that was previously sold, you can see that the number of products in stock has decreased. Now we will show how to make product variations. You will need it if you have same product in several variations. For example, in several colors or sizes. First of all, it is necessary to select that the product type is variable product. Then open the Attributes tab. After writing the name of the attribute, enter the value separated by a straight line. In this example, we defined variations of two attributes, for color and size. Now we open the Variations tab in order to create all the variations and do the settings for them. Variations can be added manually or automatically generated. This is what manual addition looks like. When automatic generation is selected, all variations will be automatically generated. For each of the variations you can separately define the details related to it. After we have finished everything and saved the changes, we will see how the product page looks now. We will show you how product reviews can be left and how website administrators manage them. There are 4 mandatory fields for the person leaving the review. Rating, from 1 to 5 stars, field for free text entry, name and email address. After successfully posting a comment, the user sees information that his review is awaiting approval. After approval, reviews are visible on the product page to all visitors. 2 ways to create multilingual website. Before we start, we'll go over the pros and cons of the 2 plugins we'll be using. Polylang allows you to manually create all pages for multiple languages. So, you translate manually and the possibility of a translation error is almost non-existent. On the other hand, GTranslate automatically translates the text on the page, but that text is translated as if Google Translate was used, and in some cases the translation can be excellent, but in some cases worse. Accordingly, Polylang requires more time to translate the entire site, while you will have GTranslate set up in a few minutes. If you use WooCommerce to translate things related to the webshop, you have to buy the Polylang Pro version, while using GTranslate, that part is automatically covered. Polylang allows more style variations in the language switch bar, which is not possible with GTranslate, but using GTranslate, there are more positions where you can place the language switcher. We are starting with practical work, and after that you can choose the plugin that suits you better. Install and activate the Polylang plugin. First you need to do the basic settings. We define the languages that we will have on the website. In our case English will be the default, and the second will be German. Here you can enable multilingualism for texts related to media files. This will not duplicate media content that you have. In the next step, you need to select the language that will be defined for content without language. The homepage that is set for your website must be translated into all languages for the plugin to work properly. So, our About Us page which is set as homepage will be automatically created in German version. At the end of these basic settings, you are offered to read the documentation, translate some pages or buy the Pro version. Now we will show you how Polylang works. We will open all the pages and as you can see the About Us page is automatically created in English and German, and all other pages are created only in English and can be added in German. First, we will edit the homepage in German by clicking on the pen icon under the German flag. A blank page is opened and we manually add content to it. We are publishing the page and go to create the next 2. Now, we are going to create a contact page by clicking on the plus in the German section of this page. This is a page that is already created in Elementor in English, and when we open this page in German it is necessary to define the title. The design of the body part is already cloned, it only needs to change the text to be in German. Let's translate the gallery page as well. When we translate our pages, we are going to create a menu for the German language. We add the 3 pages we created in German, and create a parent link within which these 3 pages will be placed, but before that we add a switcher inside the menu so that we can change the language on the website through the main menu. Let's save the changes for the German menu and add a language switcher for the English. Let's see our website now. The same thing we did for pages you can do for your blog posts, but if you want to do the same for WooCommerce products you have on your website, you will have to buy the Pro version. For GTranslate, we will need less time to show how it works. First, let's install and activate it. Clicking on GTranslate in the Settings section will open the setup page for this plugin. The first 2 fields are related to the design of the widget and the default language from which the translate will be made. In our case it will be English, which is already predefined, so we will not change anything. Subdomain and subdirectory URL structures are available in Pro version. In these two fields you define where your language switcher will be located. We will not place it in the main navigation, but we will in the bottom left corner. Finally, it is necessary to define which languages will be available on the website. In our case it will be English as default and German as second. When we have finished all the settings, we save the changes and see how this plugin works from the website visitor's perspective of view. The final look of the website. We created this site locally. If you don't know how to install WordPress on your computer, in the description of the video you can find a link to a step-by-step tutorial for installing WordPress locally. A website created in this way can later be easily transferred to a hosting and domain when you buy it. If you have any questions, feel free to write in the comments, and if you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.